Now, the beginning of a new year isn't any different than the end of the previous year. January 1st is just like any other day, technically. But you have to admit, there is something about that new year energy. It can be a great time to start forming a new habit or chasing a new goal. The problem is, it's hard to keep this momentum up. Like if you're watching this in February, for example, the gym is probably starting to empty out already. All those people who signed up in January are already starting to lose motivation. So in this video, I want to share with you a few techniques that will help keep you happy and motivated all year, even after that new year energy has run out. Some of these are tactical things that you can do right now, today, or this week, and some of them are powerful mindset shifts that you can use for the rest of your life. Speaking of things that you can do to have a better life, I want to thank Nectar for sponsoring this video and for helping me get a great night's sleep. We all know that sleep is really important, but most of us still don't really make it a priority. Personally, if I don't sleep well, my productivity suffers, I feel weak at the gym, and I'm generally just kind of grumpy. I'm a better person when I sleep well, and I bet you are too. Great sleep starts with a great mattress, like this Nectar Premier mattress. This queen-size mattress was delivered right to my doorstep, along with this upholstered bed frame and headboard. I love the linen color of this frame and the tufted headboard. It feels like I'm staying at a hotel, and not just a regular hotel, a fancy hotel with tufted headboards. Plus, the mattress was super easy to unbox, and it kind of like inflated, and then it fits right into the frame. Very satisfying. Speaking of which, this Nectar Premier mattress has 3 layers. The top layer uses gel memory foam to contour to your body and regulate temperature so you don't get too hot or cold. And this is nice because I tend to overheat very easily at night. The second layer is for support so you don't feel like you're sinking into the mattress. And the third foam layer provides a stable foundation. There's also this cooling cover that helps wick heat away. And again, this is great for anybody who tends to run hot. Together, these 3 layers help create a comfy but not too soft, supportive but not overly firm mattress that draws you right in. Plus, this Nectar mattress comes with a 365-night home trial, a forever warranty, and free shipping and returns. If you want to check out Nectar, I will link to this mattress and the bed frame below in the description. Thanks one more time to Nectar for supporting the channel by sponsoring this video, and check the links down in the description to learn more about this mattress. Okay, let's get into the tips. Number 1, call your grandma. At the end of his young life, Christopher McCandless, the subject of Into the Wild, famously wrote that happiness is only real when shared. And it's true, life is really all about relationships. At the end of each day, each year, and each lifetime, your relationships with other people outweigh everything else. So my first tip for you today is to call your grandma. If you don't have a grandma, call your grandpa, or a friend, or your mom, or somebody else. In fact, I'm gonna call my grandma right now. Hi, Grandma.
Oh, hi. Who is this?
It's your favorite. No, it's your other favorite grandson.
Is it John?
No, it's not John.
Is it Ryan?
This is embarrassing. I'm making a YouTube video. It's about how to be a better person this year. And so I wanted to see if you had any tips.
I think you ought to have an attitude or atmosphere about you of acceptance. The Bible teaches that we really should genuinely love people, want their best.
Well, that's good advice. Love you.
Love you a bunch.
I always feel great after chatting with my grandma or an old friend or really anybody who I care about and maybe haven't talked to in a while. So go ahead and do that today. You know, maybe even hit pause right now or just honestly just stop watching this video and go call your grandma. All right, tip number 2 is to implement the never miss 2 rule in your life. Have you ever noticed that it's easier to form a daily habit than a weekly habit? The things we do every day, like brushing our teeth, don't really require much thought or willpower. But trying to exercise 3 days a week, for example, can be a losing battle. Try following the never miss 2 rule. This means you never miss 2 days in a row. So if your goal is to go for a jog every day, it's okay to miss 1 day, but you can't miss 2. You can do this with other things too. Let's say you're trying to learn how to speak Spanish or play guitar. Ideally, you would practice a little bit every day, but you're gonna miss some days. It's okay to miss a day, just don't miss 2 in a row. You can also invert this rule for bad habits. So if you're trying to do less of something that's unhealthy, you can use the never miss 2 rule. For example, let's say you want to drink less alcohol, just don't drink 2 days in a row. So it's okay to have a drink or two, but never drink 2 days in a row. In fact, for drinking, 2 is kind of a magic number. If you never drink 2 days in a row and you never have more than 2 drinks, you will always have your drinking under control. You're pretty much guaranteed to never overdo it in a given week, and you might even find yourself losing interest in alcohol altogether. Okay, tip number 3 is to use a timer for productivity, but specifically a very short timer. You've probably heard of the Pomodoro technique, where you work for 25-minute chunks with 5-minute breaks in between. It really does work, but honestly, I find that 25 minutes can be an intimidatingly long amount of time for something that I really don't want to do. Like if I'm dreading sitting down and writing a YouTube script, for example, even the thought of sitting down for 25 minutes can be a bit overwhelming, and I'll just procrastinate. So what I do instead is I set a timer for just 10 minutes, and I write as much as I can in that 10 minutes. And guess what? When the timer goes off, it feels like 2 minutes have passed, and of course, I just start the timer over because 10 minutes just flies by. Now, don't overdo it. Let's say you do 2 10-minute chunks and you feel like you can keep going, but you're starting to get a little fatigued. Stop and take a break. This short timer technique is great for getting started on stuff that you're resisting. Tip number 4 is to let go of things that you don't need or want. Now, this is especially true for clothes and shoes and accessories, and I actually made a whole video about the process that I use once or twice a year to clean out my closet. You know, I talk a lot about clothes and shopping and kind of buying stuff and building a wardrobe on this channel, and I know that it's easy to accumulate a lot of stuff that ends up collecting dust in your closet. And I know minimalism has been trendy for a long time now, and I'm not saying that you should be a minimalist. It's not about owning fewer things or the fewest number of things compared to somebody else. It's about not owning things that you don't actually use or want. These things clutter up your physical space, but also your brain space. Like when you're looking at your closet trying to put together an outfit, wouldn't it be awesome if everything that you saw was an actual option? Like you loved every single item that you owned? This is possible, but it just takes a little bit of effort. So go watch my video about that, and then just take half a day or a day, clean out your closet, and I promise you're gonna feel a lot better. Tip number 5 is to start looking backwards. Now, we're often told to focus on the future and not dwell on the past. Many of us spend our whole lives sprinting toward a finish line that keeps getting further and further away. And we almost never give ourselves credit for the progress that we've already made. Like my original goal when I started this channel was just to make a little bit of side hustle income. And that happened, but I didn't even celebrate. My new goal was to do this full time. And that happened too, but I already had a new goal in mind. I wanted to make X amount of money per month. I wanted to grow the channel to X number of subscribers. I remember hitting 100,000 subscribers and getting that silver plaque, and it felt good for like a day, but I didn't properly like celebrate, you know, or really kind of feel that pride of that achievement. I just kind of moved on and said, okay, what would 500,000 feel like? What would 1 million subscribers be like? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a goal and working toward it, but it's really important to give yourself credit for all of the progress that you've made, because that will give you the confidence to keep working toward that next goal. And if you don't do that and you're always just looking at the future, this will lead to burnout and dissatisfaction. Appreciating all the progress that you've made leads to happiness and confidence. If you want to learn more about this mindset shift, I recommend a book called The Gap and the Gain by Dan Sullivan. But one thing that you can do right now after this video is over is make a list of everything that you've already done today and that you've already finished this week. This isn't a to-do list, it's a done list. Do this at the end of every day and every week and look over that list and acknowledge yourself for doing all of those things. And it doesn't have to be work stuff, it can be anything. It can be doing the laundry, taking the trash out, booking a vacation, calling your grandma. In conclusion, I hope that these tips help you put your best foot forward this year. And if you're not watching this at the beginning of the year, no worries. Every day is a new opportunity to start fresh and to try something new. Every day can be January 1st. You can always have that mindset if you choose to. And of course, I'd love to hear from you. What are some techniques or some mindsets or some books you've read that are helping you improve your life this year? Let me know down in the comments section. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thank you as always for watching, and until next time, stay stylish.